Loading up. Here we go. Little slow. Okay, I think we're starting.
Rabbi Hoffman seems to be in a freeze mode. There you
are. Okay. Cantor, are you with me?
I am.
There we go.
We're having a little
wonderful
interruption.
Okay, great. Oh, the plane flying overhead?
No, just some sort of freezing going on, but we're here. We're moving.
Okay. If there's good. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Cantor Baron, and good morning to all our friends who are joining us on Facebook this morning. It's a pleasure to celebrate Shabbat with you. As you see, peeking through the blinds in Cantor Baron's home, it's a beautiful day with a little bit of cloudy cover, but just a gorgeous day to celebrate Shabbat and to be together with friends. So we're going to begin our prayer services today, and we'll be able to take out the Torah, do a little bit of study, and we'll be celebrating the coming month of Tammuz as well, and also offering prayers of healing for so many of us in need at this time. So let's begin. We're turning to page 61. Do you want to do some kind of like Matovu? Do you have did you want to try your Hine Matov, which was so beautiful last night?
Oh, you know what? I don't have my choir with me, but we can do a more traditional Hine Matov if you like. Or how about a Nigun?
That's great. Let's begin with the prayers of the morning. Birkot HaShachar, page 65. Page 65.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lasech vivina lehavchin ben yom u'ben layla. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzalmo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani ben chorim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish harumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, roka haaretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa li kol tzorki. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechi mitzadei gaver. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael bigvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten layaev koach. ותננו היום וכל יום, לכן וחסד ורחמים בעיניך ובעיני כל רואינו, ותגמלנו חסדים טובים. ברוך אתה אדוני, גומל חסדים טובים לעמו ישראל.
And we turn now to page 83 as we continue in our prayers now with the verses of song, verses of praise from Pesukei de Zimra. We sing along together with Cantor.
Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam, Baruch hu, Baruch oseh v'reishit, Baruch omer v'yoseh, Baruch ozer u'mkayem, Baruch merachem al ha'aretz, Baruch merachem al ha'briot, Baruch mishalem sachar tov li're'am, Baruch ala'ad v'kayam la'netzach, Baruch podeu matzil, Baruch shemo. Yahid fe'olami melech meshubach, umfo'aradei ad shemo hagadol, Baruch ata Adonai, melech meholol batishpachot.
Page 96, we continue with Psalm 145, Ashrei.
אשרי יושבי ביתך, עוד יהללו חסרה, אשרי העם שככה לו, אשרי העם שאדוני אלוהיו, תהילה לדוד, ארומים אלוהי המלך, וברך שמך לעולם ועד, בכל יום אברכך, והללה שמך לעולם ועד, גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, ולגדולתו אין חקר, דור לדור ישבח מעשיך וגבורותיך יגידו, הדר כבודותיך ודברי נפלאותיך עשיך, ועזוז נורותיך יאמרו, וגדולתך אספרנה, זכר רב טובך יביעו, וצדקתך ירננו, חנון ורחום אדוני, ערך אפיים וגדול חסד, טוב אדוני לכל, ורחמיו על כל מעשיו, יודוך אדוני כל מעשיך, וחסידיך יברכוך, כבוד מלכותך יאמרו, וגבורתך ידברו, להודיע לבני אדם גבורותיו, וכבוד הדר מלכותו, מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור, סומך אדוני לכל הנופלים, וזוקף לכל הכפופים, עיני כל אליך יסברו, ואתה נותן להם את אוכלם בעיתו, פותח את ידיך ומשביע לכל חי רצון, צדיק אדוני לכל דרכיו, וחסיד בכל מעשיו, קרוב אדוני לכל קורב, לכל אשר יקראו באמת, רצון יראיו יעשה, ואת שבתם ישמע ויושיעם, שומר אדוני את כל אוהביו, ואת כל הרשעים ישמיד, תהילת אדוני ידבר פי, וימרא כל בשר שם קודשו לעולם ועד, ואנחנו נברך יה, מעתה ועד עולם, הללויה.
Page 100, Psalm 150, the conclusion of these words of praise. Hallelujah. We sing along with Cantor and his music.
Kol haneshama tehallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol haneshama tehallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol haneshama tehallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol haneshama tehallelujah.
We continue on page 105 as we conclude these words of preparation with Nishmat Kol Chai in the middle of page 105.
נשמת כל חי תברך את שמך. מרחי נפשי את אדוני וכל קרבי את שם קודשו. האל בתעצומות עוזך, הגדול מכבוד שמך, הגיבור לנצח והנורא בנורותיך, המלך היושב על כיסא רם ונישא, שוכן עד מרום בקדוש שמו. וכתוב רננו צדיקים אדוני, לישרים נאווה תהילה, בפי שרים תתהלל, ולדברי צדיקים תתברך, ומלשון חסידים תתרומם, ובקרב קדושים תתקדש, ומגלות רבבות עמך בית ישראל. להודות להלל לשבח, לפאר לרומם להדר, לברך להלל ולקלס, על כל דברי שירות ותשבחות, דוד בן ישי, עבדך משיחך, ישתבח שמך, לעד מלכנו העליון. ברכות והודעות מעתה ועד עולם ברוך אתה אדוני, אל מלך גדול בתשבחות, אל ההודעות אדון הנפלאות, הבוחר בשירי זמרו, מלך אל חיי העולמים. יתגדל ויתקדש מרבה, בעלמא דברך אלותי וימליך מלכותי, בגייכון וביומכון, ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם עולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם וינשא, וידבר וידבר ויתהלל, שמי לקודשו. בריחו לילה מן כל בני בשירתה, תושבע לבניכם עתה, דמירם בעלמא ואמרו amen.
We apologize if there's any disruptions in the broadcast. It just seems like there's a little bit of a disconnection. But we're moving along lovely. And Cantor Baron, if there's any issues, you'll just give me a little wave. But let's continue together. We're now formally beginning our prayers this morning with the words of Baruch Hu, page 107. We ask everyone to rise together.
Baruch Hu Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or u'varech choshev, oseh shalom u'borei et hakol, hakol yoducha ve'hakol yishabechucha.
We continue each page following towards the words of Shema.
Ein ger Adonai Eloheinu ba'olam hazeh, v'yein tzulatcha malkeinu, lechayei ha'olam haba. Hefes milgago aleinu limot HaMashiach, ve'endo melech HaMoshienu, litchiat hametim. El Adon HaKol HaMasim, Baruch u'Mvorach, ve'vikol neshama, godlu v'tzulo, shor, leave me so. אשר שבת מכל המעשים ביום השביעי. ועל מאור שעשית יפרוך הסלע, תפרח צורנו מלכנו וגואלנו בורא קדושים. כולם אהובים, כולם ברורים, כולם גיבורים וכולם עושים בהמה וירא רצון כולם. וכולם פותרים את פיהם בקדושה וטהרה, בשירה ומזמרה, ומברכים ומשבחים ומפארים ומריצים ומקדישים וממליכים את שם האל. וכולם מגמלים עליהם עול מלכות שמיים זה מזה, ונותנים רשות זה לזה להקדיש ליוצרם בנחת רוח, בשפה ברורה ונימה קדושה, כולם כחרונים ואומרים ביראה, קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ כבודו. והאופנים בחיל הקודש ברעש גדול מתנשאים ליום הצרפים, ליום אתם משבחים ואומרים ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אור חדש על ציון תאיר, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו, ברוך אתה אדוני יוצר המאורות.
Prepare to say the word huh?
רחם עלינו, ותן לבנו להבין, להבין ולהשכיל לשמוע, ללמוד וללמד, לשמור ולעשות, ולקיים את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך באהבה, והעברנו תורתך ודבק ליבנו במצוותיך, וייחד לבבינו לאהבה וליראת שמך, ולעולם נבוא לעולם נבוא ולעולם נבוא ישועתך.
Not hearing you, Rabbi. Sorry. Rabbi Hoffman, we've lost you. Your sound somehow.
Phil, hold on a second.
There you are.
The broadcast stopped abruptly for some reason, so I'm rebroadcasting.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so all we need to do is let's just make sure. Looks like it's streaming again, and it says there's an error. That's the issue. So, so unfortunately, we are having a little bit of a difficulty.
Okay.
Let's see if that can correct itself. Again. Let's make sure that it's working.
Believe it is.
You see it?
Yeah. I believe we're back.
Okay. I'm showing an error. That's all.
Mine says we are now broadcasting. So, folks at home,
Okay, good.
with us, we're happy.
Yeah. Hi, folks. Apologize. There was a little technical difficulty, which is great. Wonderful opportunity for us to prepare to say the words of Shema. Okay. So please bring us back into our prayerful place.
אבינו לשלום מארבע כנפות הארץ ותוליכנו כל המיעוט לארצנו כי אל פועל ישועות אתה ובנו בחרת מכל עם ולשון וקרבתנו לשמך הגדול הסלע באמת להודות לך יחדך באהבה ברוך אתה אדוני הבוחר בעמו ישראל
Shema Yisrael together, page 112. Shema
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום בלבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך.
And on the top of 113, if you'd like to chant with me, ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל, ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית, על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תתורו אחרי לבבכם, ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמן. לדור ודור הוא קיים ושמו קיים, וכיסו נכון,
ומלכותו ואמונתו לעד קיימת. עודנו מצילנו מעם שמך, אין אלוהים זולתך, עזרת אבותינו אתה הוא מעולם.
Page 114, we continue.
תהילות לאל עליון, ברוך מבורך, משה בני ישראל לך אנו שירה, בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות שירה חדשה, שיר וגלים לשנגן שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ויאמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. צור ישראל, קומה בעזרת ישראל, ובטחנו בך, יהודה וישראל, גואלנו, אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
We turn now together to page 115b as we recite the opening blessings of the standing prayer, the Amidah, together. We'll recite them through page 116 and then fall silent for a few moments of our own meditation reflection on this Shabbat through page 120.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zacher Chasdei Avot, ומביא גואל לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ופוקד שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה, רב להושיע. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים.
Kadesh Shishkam Alam Sheikh Shmai Tishim Otovish Memarom Kakatu Vayanuyacha Bakarazel Zebiyama.
Kadesh Shimcha Baolam, Kashem Shmatishim Otovish Memarom, Kakatu Vayanuyacha Bakarazel Zebiyamar. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sevaot, Melech Haaretz Kevodo. Al bekol rash kadol, alim b'chazak mashmim kol, mitnasim leyomat serafim, leyomatam baruch yomeru, baruch kevod Adonai bimkomo. Bimkomecha malkeinu, malkeinu tofiyah. Melech aleinu, ki merakim banavna. Matai, matai timlo, timlo emetzion. Matai, matai timlo, timlo emetzion. בקרוב בימינו, בקרוב בימינו, לעולם ועד תשכון. בקרוב בימינו, בקרוב בימינו, לעולם ועד תשכון. תתגדל ותתקדש, תתגדל ותתקדש, בתוך ירושלים, ירושלים עירך, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, ולנצח נצחים, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, ולנצח נצחים. ויהנה תירנה מלכותך, גדול בשירי עוזך, על ידי דוד משיח צדקך, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושפחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד, יהיה אל מלך גדול בקדוש אתה, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Once again, a few moments of quiet prayer through page 120.
שים שלום טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים ורחמים, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל ישראל עמך, תורת חיים ואהבת חסד וצדקה וברכה, ורחמים וחיים ושלום. שים שלום טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים ורחמים, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל ישראל עמך, בטוב בטוב עיניך, לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת כל שעה בשלומך. שים שלום טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים ורחמים, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל ישראל Baruch atah Adonai, Amarek Adamo Yisrael Vashalom.
Thank you very much, Cantor Baron, for leading us beautifully in Shachri prayers, and for all of our friends that jumped from one screen to the next to keep up with us since there was a little bit of a glitch in the technology. Welcome to 2020, where even the capacity for us to connect in spaces all around the world, still sometimes there's a little stumble along the way. And how extraordinary it is that we're in this moment, and how even more beautiful it is that we're here together to celebrate Shabbat. So thank you, Cantor Baron, for leading us beautifully, and welcome to all of our friends that are coming to learn with us today. So we're going to be chanting from the Torah this morning, and the Torah portion in this book, the Red Etz Chaim Chumash, is going to be found on page... It's starting on page 840, page 840. And if you don't have a copy of this, you can go, if you would like to follow along with the words of the Torah portion, you can follow along with the chanting on Sefaria. I'll actually pull that page up just so you can see the words when we're in the middle of the chanting of the Torah. So we'll just give a little bit of an introduction to the reading in just a moment. Then we'll chant from the Torah. We'll call everybody collectively up for an aliyah. At the conclusion of the Torah reading, we'll also offer a prayer of healing for all those in our midst who are in need of it this time. And then we'll put our Torah away. And as we put our Torah away, we'll be announcing the new month, and we'll recite those blessings. So this is what we're going to be doing this morning. Find your copy of the Torah either here or go to Sefaria, where it has the section where you could click on it. It says Parshat HaShavua, or the portion of the week. Okay, so this week's Torah portion is entitled Shalach Lecha, which is the command that Moses gives to the 12 select individuals who come from each of the. This is actually a pivotal moment in not only the story of this book, but also in the entire Torah itself. Because we learned that this is the moment that when the spies go into the land and then they come back, there are some that are quite skeptical and talk about their fear for being able to enter the land because they appeared to be grasshoppers, as the text says, in the eyes of those who were dwelling in the land. And God is kind of frustrated and overwrought with all of the complaining and the fear and the skepticism that these people have expressed from the moment that they were redeemed from slavery in Egypt until this moment. And God says this generation is incapable of seeing the promised land. And so they are destined to wander into the wilderness for 40 years. And it's a pivotal moment, not only for that generation, but it's a pivotal moment for all of us because in that moment, as that transition takes place, we really learn something very powerful about who we are. And I think it's really relevant to this moment this week. What I think that we're learning in this book altogether is the quality that we give to spiritual energy. So if you want to think about the entire Torah as a journey of not only the self, but as the people, that the first chapters of the Torah, the book of Genesis, is all about who we are. It's a formation of our identity. It's a story of where we've come from, and it's the fundamental values that make us unique as a particular people, being descendants of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, of Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. These are the stories that help us identify who we are. And for the first half of the second book, Exodus, we have a story of where we've come from, what is the journey of struggle that we've had to overcome in order for us to fully express our identity, and that is the story of slavery and redemption. Then the next part of the journey is all about what are we to do. So the first part is who we are and where we've come from, and the third part is what are we to do. And we find ourselves in this book. We should ask ourselves, why do we read this book? Why is it that we tell a story about so much struggle and strife and skepticism? Shouldn't it be that we tell a story about who we are as a people and all of the potential that we have? Why is it that we take the time to describe the struggle or the challenge with that potential? And I think it's precisely because it introduces this quality, which I think we spend a lot of time with, which is not the energy of our history. It's not even the energy of struggle and overcoming. It's the struggle of becoming. It's the challenge of who we might yet be. And that struggle is something that when we're comfortable in our space, when the world has provided for all of our needs, we have the opportunity to ask that question. Actually, we have the imperative to ask that question. And spiritual energy is that which gives us guidance in order to accomplish that. In the story that we're about to read today, God has commanded the people to go into the land and to scout whether it's good or what is the quality of its abundance. And in that moment, because the possibility is laid out before the people, they react with a sense of fear, a sense of discouragement, a sense of skepticism. And it's in that moment that God says, the energy that you have been given, that which was been endowed within you, this quality and this potential of becoming, you have squandered it. And now you must contend with the consequences. What makes the story powerful is really the 14th chapter. We're not going to read the text today, but what happens after that? What happens after that is the people, in defiance of God's decree, try to go up into the land that God has promised them to be, this one flowing with milk and honey. And as they go into the land, but not with God's blessing, not with the correct attunement to the energy that has been given to them, they are crushed in a battle and sent back, cowering back into the wilderness. I think this teaches us a very powerful lesson, not only in the Torah, but also for us today. The Torah is trying to teach us that we can't reach promised lands. We can't reach the destinations of who we might yet be without an alignment, an attunement with this energy that we have been given. And the spiritual energy that we have is not only about where we've come from. It's not only a recognition of the struggles that we have overcome, but it's about how we apply the responsibilities, the actions, the mitzvot that God has given us so that we may fulfill our responsibilities, this potential of becoming. That's what the Torah teaches us. Mitzvot are the guidelines for us to be the people that we're meant to be, to align this spiritual energy to really enter into promised lands and to live lives filled with compassion and with responsibility and with kindness and with goodness and dignity of all humanity. And the truth is that even in our day today, this is still something we contend with. And why it's so important that we spend a few moments, just like we're doing today, and while you're present with us here, to learn and to realign, because the world out there is still not attuned to the direction and guidance that has been given to us, the spiritual energy that is capable, that is potential within us, and that we have the responsibility to bring to and share with the world. So this Torah reading teaches us a story about what happens when we don't do that. And it's no easy correction. And in our time today, it's the same thing. We are endowed with the potential, and we might recognize that our direction, especially when we're talking about the moments that are of concern in this time period right now, the fact that we're living in a country that by law does not discriminate. And yet there are so many examples of discrimination and subjugation and marginalization of all kinds of peoples. Our people, the Jewish people, the Black community, the Hispanic community, every minority community, all of those that feel marginalized in our midst. It is our imperative to address those concerns, because that is the spiritual alignment. We are the ones that we're the spiritual ancestors that say, do not oppress your stranger. And if there are those among you who are needy, lift up your hands and feed them. These mitzvot is what guides us and what gives us this imperative to reach promised lands together. So as we're reading the text today, it's not only a story of failure, and it's not only a story of reaction to failure and the consequences that come from our inability to be aligned with this spiritual energy that we have capable within us, but it's really it's a message to remind us how capable we really are. We listen to Joshua and Caleb, those who say the land is plenty, the land is bountiful, and if only we work together towards the journey of the promised lands, will we reach that blessing. So let's begin our Torah reading. We welcome Cantor to help us chant the Torah, and we turn once again in the book, page 840, or to Parshat Shalach Lecha.
Should we take the Torah out, Rabbi? Symbolically? Okay, great.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai ve'en kema'asecha malchotecha malchot kol olamim u'memshatecha b'chol v'ador Adonai melech Adonai melech Adonai melech le'olam va'ed Adonai hoz le'amo yitain Adonai yevarech et amo b'shalom Harachamim eitiva lirtzocha et miyom Timenei Bavad Yerushalayim Timenei Bavad Yerushalayim Tileha Levad Batavnu Echel Ram V'Nisa Adon Olamim Vayehivim Soaron Vayomer Moshe Koma Adonai Veyamutu Hoyecha Veyanusu Misanecha Mipanecha Ki Bitzion Teitei Torah Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Le'amo Yisrael Migedushato Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo.
Gadol Adonai Ti Omeromema Shemo Yachdav. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachamu Le'har Kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachamu Le'har Kodsho. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachamu Le'har Kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtachamu Le'har Kodsho.
Okay, so we're ready to chant the Torah. Once again, if you find a red book, it's on page 840, or here, I'm going to share in the screen the Torah reading, and we're going to recite a collective blessing together. So if you like, hopefully you guys can all see this. Cantor Baron, can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Wonderful. Fantastic. So
Great.
everybody take your tzitzit, kiss the Torah, give it a kiss. Take this, kiss it. Vayazor v'yagim v'yoshia l'chol ha'chasim bo v'nomar amen. Hakol habugo d'Eloheinu no kavod laTorah. Ya'amdu kol elu shenishtatfu b'Facebook b'kilatenu hakadosha l'aliyah leTorah. Baruch shenatan Torah le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. V'atem habekim Adonai lechem chaim kulchem hayom. Ready? Here we go. Barechu et Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Vayedaber Adonai el Moshe Lemor. Shelach lecha anashim ve'yaturu et eretz Kenan asher ani noten livnei Yisrael ish echad lematei avotav tishlachu kol nasivahem vayishlach otam Moshe ממדבר פרן על פי אדוני כולם אנשים ראשי בני ישראל המה.
Everybody take your tzitzit if you're wearing a talit and give a kiss or a kiss to the book, and we say the blessing of concluding the Torah together. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet V'chayei Olam Nata B'tochenu. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Now we have a blessing for everyone who has come forward for the Torah to learn this morning. We sing Mishaberach Avotenu Raham Yitzchak V'Yaakov V'imotenu Saruk HaRachav Leah Hu Yivarech Et Kol Elu Shalu Hayom Lichvod HaMakom V'lichvod HaTorah V'lichvod HaShabbat HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yishmor Otam Yishlach Lehem Bracha V'Atzlacha V'chol Maaseh Yadehem Im Kol Yisrael Lechem V'nomar Amen.
Amen.
May those who are blessed by our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bring blessings to all of you who come forward to learn Torah, to be transformed by its words, and to be brought close to the words as we recite them through our practice as a community. And may this holy community experience an abundance of health and of growth and of prosperity and of joy as we say together, Amen. And now, we'd like to offer a prayer of healing for all those who are doing it. Cantor Baron, are you comfortable singing the Debbie Freeman Misha Baruch prayer, please?
Happy to.
Thank you.
May the source of strength who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
We offer prayers of healing for Joyce Kishnev, Marilyn Bronstein, Stephanie Franchio, Elaine Burke, Rachel Davey, Jenya Kogan, Malka Schweiss, Darlene Bershinger, Lauren Kleinrock, Simcha Ben Ensa, Sandy Struman, Melissa Berkovitz, Malcolm Bernstein, Seema Ross, Donna Bustan, Chaim Leib Ben Pinkas, Toby Engler, James Frank Silvers, Howard Hengberg, Moshe Ben Mahin, Leah Lisheva Basara, Sanda Leon Ben Shifra, Sarah Yudi Batova Table, Sarah Hayampur, Yochanan Ben Rivka, Leah Bakittel, Alta Gedalia Ben Chava Miriam, Herb Aronson, Rochelle Bat Gertrude, Ellen Schweigenbaum, Gabby Bertstein, Martha Robin, Olaf Schneider, and all those who are ill in your circles of friends and family and community need to feel. Sing together.
Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
I'd like to add, I want to make sure that I add all of the names that I am able to see in the chat box. So I include the names of Rivka Michal Bat Shalom Esther Rezo, Miriam Bat Molek, Rabbi Mordechai Kiefer, Rafael Pazzo, Sofia Flores, Lillian Wasserman, and Yehudi Bat Liba Tzivia. So all those we say, Refuah Shlema, may these prayers of healing reach them and reach all those who we care about and share concern for at this time. We turn to, if you're back in our books, page 150, and there you'll find the blessing of the new month, Rosh Chodesh Tammuz, which will begin on Monday and Tuesday.
יהי רצון מלבדך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, שתחדש עלינו את החודש הזה לטובה ולברכה, שתחדש עלינו את החודש הזה לטובה ולברכה, ותיתן לנו אדוני חיים ארוכים, חיים של שלום, חיים של טובה, חיים של ברכה, חיים של פרנסה, חיים של חילוץ עצמות, שתחדש עלינו את החודש הזה לטובה ולברכה, שתחדש עלינו את החודש הזה לטובה ולברכה, חיים שיש בהם יראת שמיים ויראת חטא, חיים שאין בהם בושה וכלימה, חיים של אושר וכבוד, חיים שתהא בנו אהבת תורה ויראת שמיים, חיים שימנו משאלות ליבנו לטובה, אמן סלע. מי שעשה ניסים לאבותינו וגאל אותם מעבדות לחירות, הוא יגאל אותנו בקרוב ויגבש נלכנו מערבה כנפות הארץ. חברים כל ישראל ונאמר אמן. ראש חודש תמוז יהיה ביום שני וביום שלישי, אבל עלינו ועל כל ישראל לטובה. יחדשהו הקדוש הקדוש ברוך הוא, עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל. יחדשהו הקדוש הקדוש ברוך הוא, עלינו ועל כל עמו בית ישראל, לחיים שלום, לששון שמחה,
אמן.
לישועה ולנחמה, ולומר
Amen. As we conclude our Torah service and our service this morning, we're going to go all the way to the end as we sing Aleinu, page 183. Page 183 for Aleinu. We ask everyone to rise together.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
We ask anyone who's gathered with us this morning to recite Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish, because they are here in our midst in a period of mourning, whether it's a recent loss or it's been a loss that has been taking place in the past year, or that this is the day, the yahrzeit in which we recall lovingly with affection the passing of our loved ones. Page 184, we recite these words, sanctifying life and offering prayers of comfort and peace to all those who mourn together. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbi. Alma dibrach kirute v'amlich malchute. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael. V'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbi mevorach le'olam olamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'pa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'tadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha berichu. Le'ela minko bechata b'shirata. Tush bechata b'nechemata. Da'amiram be'ama v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabba min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom miromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. As you all take your seats if you've been standing. And before we conclude, first of all, once again, thank you, Cantor Baron. It's always a privilege to share Shabbat with you and to hear your beautiful voice and to just partake meaningful with your presence. Thank you. And I want to just say something that seems so funny. I was talking to Cantor Baron yesterday, and I said, "Hey, what about the dads?" and we've been working so hard in our efforts at the synagogue for all of the programming, and when Mother's Day came around, we had all kinds of things. We did this wonderful production for moms, and we were talking about how Mother's Day, and we couldn't program a Mother's Day, and Father's Day is like, whatever happens. And I thought, this is something that we're missing. Perhaps as a father, both of us are fathers, even Cantor Baron is a grandfather, and it's important for us to wish all the fathers that are out there who have really become important figures in the lives of their children and their grandchildren a very special day tomorrow as we celebrate each other. And I hope that in the celebration of fathers that we really get one of the things that I think is important for Father's Day. And I know this especially because tomorrow I'll be thinking about my father. He passed away several years ago now. And when I think about my father, I think about how much I grew to know him better. I love the famous saying of Mark Twain when he said that at 16, I thought my father didn't know anything. And by the time that I turned 21, he had sure learned a whole lot. There's something remarkable about the wisdom of fathers that takes us and them to transform, and to know that for my own father is to know that I come to know him in so many different ways now, even in the many years that he's passed. And I think about it as well as a child growing up and as a young man and as an adult, to understand all of the efforts that the fathers in our lives take to provide for us and to teach us and to guide us. And the wisdom that fathers provide for us is actually as much about us transforming as it is about the wisdom that fathers provide. I think that there's something so powerful about authoritative, strong figures in our lives. And unlike mothers, which also provide this sense of compassion and comfort in the midst of that authority, the fathers provide a kind of authority that transforms with great friendship and wisdom that is found and discovered in partnership. So my prayer for all of the dads out there, first of all, is that you get a few moments that isn't filled with a tie or some tool or some kind of knick-knack that everybody thinks that dads want. Although those things are really nice, and that you do get to eat the food that you like to eat, and that nobody's nagging you about the health benefits or the health problems that come with that food. But also that there's a few moments to not only appreciate how you're able to be a teacher in the world for your family, but also how you have grown as a child with your own father and learn to understand and appreciate him a little bit better, a little bit more kinder, and a little bit more sweetly on this day. So happy birthday, all. Happy Father's Day to all the dads. Happy birthday to you too, if you're having a birthday. Happy Father's Day to all those fathers. And I just want to wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom before we conclude. Please stick around in a few minutes. There's going to be a Torah study by Rabbi Hillel Silverman. There's also at 6 p.m. the Minyan with Yossi Dresner and Havdalah with Cantor and I at 8:30 p.m. And there's all kinds of great learning activities, worship moments, and please come and join us for all of those in the weeks to come. Cantor Baron, anything else before we conclude?
That's it for this weekend, and I'm looking forward to our Havdalah later today.
Indeed, indeed. Everybody, Shabbat Shalom. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you. Let us, or whatever you got whipped up.
Yalla